Tony, I hope I pronounced that right, from Jersey. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Anna. Yes, quite right. Pronounced nicely. Really, as far as the whole Roswell incident is concerned, the thing that I think disturbs me the most is, as Graham will know, there's a heck of a character called Stanton T. Friedman in UFO research. And really, he is Roswell, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure Graham will agree with me on that. Yeah. I can't really recall at any stage him being asked to make a personal viewing of the film, which I would have thought would have given credibility right from the very start.
Absolutely.
I see you nodding your head, Graham, as a saying, which is no doubt you agree with me.
Yes. And indeed, Graham himself hasn't been invited to see the film. Anyway, Kevin, we will see it tonight, and we can judge on that. Thanks a lot for your call. Alan King from Italy. What's your view, Alan?
Hello. Well, I'd like to confirm what you said earlier, Anna, about the quality of the film. It's obviously done by either a rank amateur or somebody trying to fake it, make it so that you can't really understand what's going on. The closer you get, the more out of focus it gets. And as for the possibility of it being faked, it is an elaborate fake if it is such a thing. But do you remember that Hitler's diaries? They were a pretty good fake.
That's a very good point indeed, and a lot of people were taken in by it. Alan, thanks very much indeed. Jason Gillett from Sweden. Now, you've actually seen the film, I think.
Yeah, we had it last night, and the first point I'd like to make is that the quality of the black and white footage was actually extremely high, which raised my eyebrows straight away. Secondly, you had Timothy Good on last week. He raised various questions, including the 4 fingers point. There were notably 6 fingers in the film. Apparently, also there was originally more than one body found, which I don't think has been addressed either. Can anything be said about that?
Graham, I think there's a point for you to take out.
Well, according to the owners of the footage, the first thing that they said was that there was 1 dead alien and 3 live ones. That's now turned around completely to 3 dead ones and 1 live one, and the story's changed so much. All the evidence from some of the witnesses who were actually there at Roswell has suggested that there was between 5 and 9 extraterrestrials of some kind.
Right.
But yes, not one ever described 6 fingers. OK, well, most of the callers seem to agree with you that you think it was a hoax, and even a caller who's seen the film. Let's move on and see if we get any more points of view. Mark Trevelyan from Hertfordshire. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, what I'd just like to ask Graham is this. I listened to him say that he's sure that the film's a hoax. Yeah, up until now, everything that he's ever heard about the Roswell thing has only been verbal. Yeah, he's willing to take the verbal exactly at face value. Yet being offered anything of film footage, which would surely give him some idea as to what really happened there, even though there's been some over, 200 and odd people were involved in that and all told to clam up and be quiet about it, he still won't accept a piece of film footage. What would it actually take,
well,
Graham?
I think
what would he actually have to see before he would believe?
Well, I think it's very relevant at this point to make mention of the fact that Stanton T. Friedman, the original investigator of the Roswell incident, has now seen the footage, courtesy of Fox Paramount in the United States. Now, this is a man that has spent the best part of 17 years studying, investigating, researching, and as Kevin from Jersey made mention of, he is the one man who could say definitively whether that footage has any bearing whatsoever on the Roswell incident, and he said no, and not on any other UFO incident either, and he's seen it and he's debunked it.
And interesting, Ray Santilli, who's actually contributed this footage and given the footage to Channel 4 and owns the rights to it, still won't say who the photographer was that he got the footage from. Anyway, let's see if we have some more callers. Simon Lewis from Glasgow, good evening to you.
Hi, good evening, and welcome to Graham. My point I'd like to make is the fact that when you're looking at the footage and saying it looks very humanoid, so it obviously can't be real. It's obviously a hoax. The fact is that we don't really know what persons from another planet would actually look like. What I'm thinking is that maybe that we're part of an experiment that's been planted here. We don't know. All we've got is the fact that a scientist says that our background is from apes. We don't really know where we came from. So the fact is that
right.
I think it's...
OK, Simon, we take your point, and very briefly, yes, Graham, you can respond
Dr. Christopher Milrow, who's a Home Office pathologist, has actually seen the footage at the invitation of Channel 4. he's in no doubt that it's 100% humanoid. And just coming back to Dr. Paul O'Higgins again, he said that the genetic anomalies, i.e. where you get 6 fingers and an enlarged brain casing, is quite a common occurrence and occurs in high frequencies throughout the planet. It's not unusual to find humanoid figures with 6 fingers.
OK, well, we'll have a chance to judge for ourselves tonight. Graham Birdsall, thanks very much for joining us. That's it from me for tonight. My thanks to both my guests, Reg Presley and Graham Birdsall. We'll be back with another edition of Talkback tomorrow. Bye-bye.